and to take with you. The other thing that I have a link here for a beach yoga mat as well. So I found a couple links for you guys so that I took the research out for you. So if it's something that inspires you after today, you can go and get that pattern. The next thing is a beach bag. Beach bags it's super cute. This pattern is free. I have, once again, the link down in here for the beach bag. And a super cute pattern. You can see some quilting on there. And the nice thing about doing something like this, you can use it for the beach. You could use it for a handbag. You could use it for traveling, little kids, grandkids. The nice thing is that you can put anything, you can make anything in it. So if you want to add extra pockets for bug spray or for your sunscreen, you can add all kinds of extra pockets to that design. And, it's nice to use material for something like this, such as the beach bag, because a lot of the beach bags that you purchase in the store or Amazon or wherever else, they're hard, and they're not very soft. They're not cozy. So if you travel with them, they don't really fit into your luggage very well. And so this is a nice way to be able to use some of the fabric in your quilting room and be able to use something that's very functional. I have a couple links in here too for the beach bag, the free one. I also have one that I found that's super cute called the Raspberry Summer Tote. And you can go directly onto Black Diamond Quilting, that website. They are actually an ambassador for us. And she has that pattern and she has a design of it on there. Super, super cute for another type of beach tote for you. And then lastly, you have the sun hat. Who doesn't love a sun hat? You're going out to a stroll in the morning or in the afternoon, going to the park, going to the picnic, maybe going to see your kids, your grandkids at a baseball or a softball game. That's another very fashionable type thing to use with scraps, particularly from your quilting room. We know that as a quilter, people have lots and lots of fabric. So these are some easy ways that would be able to use some of that leftover fabric and put some vibrant colors together to make some really neat summer type things. And it's really easy to use your long arm. You can use intricate patterns on there. You can use edge to edge, and it really texturizes your projects to make them fun and cute at the same time. Going on to another neat idea for the summer is a quilted beach blanket. Summer is all about attending outside events, spending time with friends and family. Me personally, I have two boys, and we grew up at the baseball field, the baseball diamond. So it was always nice to have something in between games, to sit underneath the tree and be able to have them relax between game 1 and 2, or maybe we're going to the championship and they're tired. They want to get out of the sun. This is a nice way to be able to make something and to be able to utilize it with your family as well. We traveled a lot, so this was something nice that we could sit on when we were going from baseball field to baseball field and relax in between the next game. For us too in this area, and you probably have the same thing. We have lots of neat events on Friday nights here and Saturday nights. Maybe it's music in the park, maybe it's a balloon globe, maybe it's a drive in the movie theater that's been more and more popular. These are great types of blankets to take to those types of events. And so if you think about it, your normal quilt, you're looking for warmth, you're looking for coziness in your living room, in your bedroom, wherever. These blankets are a little bit different because you're looking to get something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more vibrant. And so I gave a couple different patterns here. This pattern here is for this neat yellow, pink, greenish type fabric here. And then the link here is also for this one. And then this one's your basic squares that they put together for that particular one. The thing that you can look at too as you're doing a beach blanket is incorporate some waterproof backing. So that's really nice so that you could use it in different places, especially when you go to shake it out. If you use a backing such as a waterproof or use something like a denim, it's really nice because the grass isn't going to stick on it or your sand is not going to stick on it. From a long arm perspective, long arms, especially the Nolting long arms. They're very durable, and they are easy to get through the thick pattern, the thick material such as the denim. Because when you're doing denim material, it gets a lot thicker, it's a lot harder. Our machines go right through that type of material, and you don't have to worry about your machine breaking down. And the other thing that's really nice about when you're using a long arm, you can use a spoon foot. A spoon foot is a great way to go over bigger seams if you're either free motioning or if you're using your automation. And right now, I am going to do a special during the Zoom event here. And Katie's going to put up here, right there, 25% off on a spoon foot. So typically the spoon foot is $95. It's on sale for $71. So if you go directly to nolting.com, you can go onto our website and purchase that spoon foot. And we will have that special through, how long is the code for, Katie?
It's good until Sunday at midnight.
Sunday at midnight, the code is good for. So this is your time if you've been waiting for that spoon foot to go on sale. The best sale I've had so far on that foot. And it makes it great from a quilting perspective. Here's a little bit about the fabric as well. You know, when you think about the fabric and you think about quilting, you have your top fabric, you have your batting, you have your backing fabric. So think about the environment that you're in, where you live, the heat, the moisture, as you're choosing your material and your batting for these unique type summer projects that you can do. You know, they have, if you're looking at something that you want a little bit breathable, you're going to want to look at your cotton fabrics. You have your linens as well. That would be a great fabric to use for your beach blanket. And they have outdoor fabrics. As I mentioned, if you want to do some water repellent or something durable for the sun, you can find some different outdoor fabrics. And once again, our machines are so quality and durable, they can go right through that type of material. Then you want to think about your batting. You want to find something that's lightweight, something that's breathable as well. You have polyester and maybe some lightweight cotton that would be of your choice in some of these projects. And then your backing, you have your denim, as we mentioned, and you have your waterproof as your backing to do that beach blanket. Other considerations, think about your color. You know, let's say if your team's colors, your baseball or softball colors are black and red, well, that's probably not going to be the choice that you're going to want to make for this quilt that you're going, or the beach blanket that you're going to have and you're going to lay on. You want to think about, if you go back to my original slide here, we had a lot of light colors here that you want to work with. You're not going to want to do a black blanket because they're going to, that color is going to absorb it. The darker colors are going to absorb the sun. The lighter colors are going to reflect the heat. And that's really what you're looking for. So your mindset is a little bit different than your normal when you're normally making your quilts. Now, if there's other type of materials that you would like to share, please share those in the comments, because Katie can read the comments as we're going through the event today. And she can always say, hey, stop, Melissa, I have a couple comments that I want to share with the audience. So if you see anything there, Katie, don't hesitate to voice it. The other thing that you want to think about are your needles. So needles are, the smaller the needle, the more flex that you're going to have in your needle. So in the timing of your machine. So for example, if your machine is timed at a 16, you're not going to want to throw a 20 in there unless you retime it. So your timing can go down or up one size when you think about a needle. And so you want to understand how your needle is timed. The other thing you want to do is when you are doing thicker type material, you're probably going to want to use a 19 for an MR or a 20 in that particular item. So now let's go on to a favorite of a lot of people, a memory quilt. A memory quilt is really something, that we're giving to our loved ones. And this is the time that we think about our graduation quilts. This particular slide is based upon my son. My son graduated from high school a couple years ago, and my kids are big blanket kids, love blankets, love to be cuddled up. And so this was a way for me to give back to him and share some of his memories. And as you can go through and you can see him opening up, he's more intrigued, and we can see his facial reactions, and he truly loved this blanket. So when I chose different materials, I chose a lot of his shirts from when he was growing up. So I was saving them for a long time. Could have been baseball, basketball, football. So you can see the different shirts here. We also used some of his shorts. We used emblems and cut them out. So here you can see in the corner the emblem of one of his shorts. Then I also threw in some different brand names that he liked. Maybe it was an Essential, maybe it's Lululemon or Nike. And then lastly, my child loves Burberry. So we outlined it here. We have our Burberry material here that I special ordered from, I believe I got it from the UK. And we got that on there. And then we backed it with Minky backing. So for me, this was something really special to give to my son as he headed off to college. And one of the first things he did as we were putting his dorm room together was to put this on his dorm bed. So this was a way for him to kind of have a piece of his mom when he went off to college, and he still uses it every day. He's still in college, and he was pretty proud and excited to see the memories that he's sleeping with on a nightly basis. So with that, I want to introduce you to, I'm going to have Veronica come in here. And what we're going to do is Veronica did a memory quilt, and she has a video here. And part of it is that she's going to show you and demonstrate how to actually even load a quilt. And when you think about loading, you have different types of loading. You can use pins, you can use red snappers, you can use quilt clips, you can use a combination of using the zippers and basting onto maybe leaders attached to your zippers. Veronica is going to show you. She was using red snappers. So here's another special that we're going to have for the day. If you've been waiting to get those red snappers, we're going to do 15% off of red snappers. Use code RED15, and that'll be through the end of the weekend or the end of Saturday night as well, that we have that special going up. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Veronica, and she's going to introduce herself, and then we will play her video that she put together for us.
Hi guys, I'm one of the brand ambassadors with Nolting. I'm the Quilting She Shed Online. I'll be doing a lot of tutorials for you guys here in the near future about, I just got a brand new diamond with Quilt Magin on it. So I'll be doing some Quilt Magin tutorials. Some of those, I just retimed my other machine, so I'll be putting out a video about retiming, and that'll be up on my Facebook or my TikTok page. And I'll be also sending these into Nolting, so I hope you guys join me. We should be using on our Nolting diamond when we load that, such as your spoon foot and what designs you would pick to do a t-shirt quilt. So as I load this, I'm just going to go over some of the things that I'm doing. And you guys, I guess, we could just talk while I'm doing this. So this mom wanted a t-shirt quilt for the back of it, or she wanted a old sheet for the back of her quilt, so that's no problem. I can get that done. I'm going to find the center of this. I don't want to go ahead and pick out the top stitching, so I just go ahead and put it on here. And here we go. Since there's already a line here, it gives me a nice, easy way to load and know where I'm loading on here. Line to follow, so that's great. Anybody has any questions, I can answer those. On my
14-foot frame. I have hydraulics on it.
I love the red snappers too. They're a great system to use. I can load and
Perfect,
unload a quilt in
perfect.
like 3 minutes.
Seem to get a lot of t-shirt quilts this time of year since it's a new, it's the end of the school year.
And I use a 19 needle when I quilt a t-shirt quilt as
Another
well.
thing that people could be working on right now is picnic quilts, since it's about summertime. Kids are getting out of school. My picnic quilt is this one right here. It is a polyester blend, so it's got all the hearts or it's got all the flowers on it, and it makes for the perfect picnic quilt because it's not going to get ruined. You're not going to ruin polyester. Also, these machines, they go through it. Jeans, polyester, pretty much anything you could put them up against. So if you're thinking about what quilts you should be making this time of season, a picnic quilt would be a great one to start out with. This little one on the end here. Perfect, perfect. All right. Sorry, one of the things I was looking for is dimples up on your batting. Dimples up. Probably cut too much, but that's okay. It's always better to have extra than not enough. And all that extra batting just goes into a pile. I put it in charity quilts. Quilts of Valor. It's a great thing to be donating to. I am a military veteran, so I served in the Air Force. And there we go, that one is loaded. Let's get the t-shirt quilt on there. Here's my t-shirt quilt right here. Woohoo! Okay. We got all our interfacing in here. Okay, guys. Got all our interfacing. We want to put this right in the center of what we just added on there, okay? Guys. You can see I had some t-shirts, like this one's going to get a little bit wonky here. That's why it's kind of important that you put that spoon foot on there to get all over all these edges and bumps in here. And I'll try and iron this out, get it placed just how I want it.
I like the way you load the top rail. I put it
Now,
on
when
the
you're
rail to
choosing a
load, but
design, I try to go with something that if they're going to use it every day, I go with a design that is an all over design. It's kind of the same everywhere you go on the quilt. And that's how I pick the design of.
I think if you load it on the top rail, it loads it pretty straight when you start out as well too.
I mean, we have some, I have to get the iron out and hope.
Hello, Deborah from Oregon. Thanks for joining.
Not laying flat, but we're gonna get it done. Okay. What's another important feature, guys? Another important thing is we change our needle with every quilt we start.
Hi, Lisa from Cincinnati.
I buy a pack of needles from Nolting. Just go on their website. Oh, here, I'll just use my kit. So I have my needle and my spoon foot. Let's bring you guys over here close so you guys can see me changing this stuff out. Now, Miss Joyce is the one to tell you. Oops. Okay, there we go. I'm hoping you guys can see that now.
Hello, Arlene. She is a new owner of a Lara with Quilt Magin. I just delivered hers
So you put the scarf
couple
in the
weeks
needle,
ago.
which is the little indent in the back. Okay. So I could feel that indent with my finger. Okay. Push it up in there. Make sure you look through the side of here, is what Miss Joyce says. Look through the side. There's a little sight glass in the side of here right above your needle, so that you can see that that needle is all the way up in there. Okay, make sure it's straight. Just tighten her back up again. There you go. We're going to change out this foot. Okay. Everybody.
How do I pick my thread color? One of the ways I pick my thread color is based on, I have several different
I'm
threads,
trying
but
to let you guys see, but it's kind of hard. Sorry. Hold on. I didn't get my lighting features, guys. What was I doing here? I don't have all those fancy lighting features on my Pro over here.
one of the ways
Yeah,
that I
that
pick
could
my
help.
thread color, which
Here we
I hope
go.
I'm still on here,
Here we go.
is I have several different threads and features that I have a whole wall of threads in my long arm room. So I pull the thread color. Let's use, for example, this quilt over here. I will take and pull a thread color.
Give it a little snug action. Then you're going to want to try make sure that it goes through the center of that. Here we
So
go.
I will pull my thread color. And I will pull it on my quilt to see if that blends with that tip.
Look at how great that quilt magic is working. If it's a t-shirt quilt, I usually generally ask what whoever's quilted is, what their favorite color is, and that's generally what I use. But if you're going to use a white backing, I'd suggest going with a white thread for the top as well, because that way, if you do have a little indent or something in the back, it all blends together. Did anybody else have any other questions that I can help you with today? Did you guys want to see some of the features on the new diamond? So some of the features, we have 4 modes. We have regulated, manual, cruise, and based. We have different lighting features on our diamond. And look at that lighting in there. Amazing. Now I picked a custom color. It's called Lavender Bliss. We could also change it to black light. So if you're using a glow in the dark thread, someone had a question about thread, you can see your glow in the dark thread. And for example, these are all 3 glow in the dark threads, so you can see how much better that looks. What other questions do we have in the chat today? Do I have any problems using a sheet for backing? No, I generally have no issues using any kind of flannel, sheets, jeans, denim. I've even gone as far as if you're using a picnic quilt or something like that. If you use like if you go to the dollar store and pick up the plastic, actual felted backings with the plastic on the back and use those, I've quilted those for people for picnic quilts. So honestly, this machine will go through anything. I've never had an issue with any of that. Flannel, polyester, I've done plenty of polyester quilts, and it quilts polyester quilts beautifully. So you're welcome. I hope you guys have a great day.
Time. Go ahead.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for sharing your tips and your tricks with us and a little bit about the diamond itself and how you did the memory quilt. Veronica can be found on TikTok and on Facebook if you're looking to see more videos from her and inspirational type ideas from her. She also does quilting for hire if you're looking for anyone. But Veronica will be working with me in the Kansas City booth, and that is coming up in a couple weeks. So if you're in the Kansas City area, we'd love to have you stop by our booth and do a demo. We'll have accessories and notions there. And so Veronica and I will both be in our booth in Kansas City in a few weeks. So with that, let's go on to start talking about some of the most common questions that people have when they're starting to think about a long arm. Maybe they already have a long arm, maybe they don't have a long arm. So before I start, let's do a little poll in the comment section. If you do not have a long arm, type a 1. If you have a long arm, type a 2. So that always helps us understand a little bit more about what people are looking for as far as trying to have, like if they have questions, we can help answer those questions as we're going through this as well.
So our first question, Melissa, is how hard is it to use a long arm quilting machine?
So it's fairly simple, and it all kind of depends on the gadgets that you get with it as well. Our machines are very simple. They're easy to use. They're intuitive, and they come with high technology though. So even though that they're simple machines, they also come with that high technology. From a usability, we have the manuals that go with them. We also have our customer support. We have our ambassadors and our dealers that will help you get through any questions you have as well. Very easy as far as the different screens, the different stitch modes. And what we always tell people to do is really get to know your machine and get to know that. And we also have several packages that have additional learning opportunities as well that you can get education. We have 4-hour packages, we have 2-day packages. So we have all different types of trainings, really depending on your skill level and what you're wanting to learn. Because person A might be just starting to learn a long arm, person B might be, hey, they have a long arm or they've been doing stuff and now they want to get into maybe more higher stuff. Maybe they want to get into ruler work. All that stuff comes with training, and it's all about learning. The more you practice, the better you can be from a free motion perspective, or panographing, or using your ruler work.
Our next question is how much space do I need for my long arm?
So it depends. It really depends on the type of quilting that you're doing. So when I go through the process with a prospective person that's looking at either going to a new long arm, they're in the domestic machine right now that they're using to do their quilting, or they're sending their quilting out to someone. I usually go through this and I really try to understand what they're doing, what they're looking for. Is it personal? Is it business? And because we make all of our stuff ourselves, USA, right here in Hiawatha, Iowa, we can customize anything. We can make frames shorter, smaller. For example, we had a customer that we were working with yesterday. She had a 6-foot commercial frame. So we had built her a 6-foot commercial frame. She's now going to a 12-foot because she wanted to expand what she had. We also have what we call our stretch steel frame, and that can be made shorter or bigger, wider, I should say, really depending on how much room that you have in your studio or in your business. The other thing that we also have is we can put casters on items, and we can use hydraulics. So that also helps with space. So for example, if you're wanting the commercial frame and maybe your depth, you don't have a lot of depth, what we'll do is we'll put casters on the bottom, and we make sure that the height is correct for your height, so that when you're not panographing, you can push it up against your wall, and when you're panographing, you can bring it out, or you can move it this way. So that really helps if you're having some space stuff as well, is by some of the additional things that we can put on your frame.
Okay, our next question is what are the advantages of purchasing my long arm through Nolting versus a third party?
We get this question a lot actually, because someone might see something out there on Facebook or wherever, and what we do that's different. We're bringing the machine in because we have a lot of trade-ins from people because they're trading up all the time with our new technology. We do a 25-point inspection. So the guys in the back, they go through, they look at the motor, they look at the stitch regulator, they look at little things such as the oil wicks, and they change out what they feel is appropriate to change out based upon their assessment of that particular part. We provide a warranty with it then, so that gives you a peace of mind in your confidence in your machine. You get our customer service, so you can contact us at any given time. You can put your tech support in, and you're going to get my guys in the back that will help answer your questions for you. So when you purchase through us, you get that whole package. Just because it's a Word certified machine doesn't mean that it's any different than a new package. So you get everything that a customer buying a new machine, you get when you're buying a recertified machine as well. And so you get our customer service, and our tech guys here that can help with everything.
Okay. Our next question is, do I have to add automation to my machine when I purchase, or can I add it later?
This is always a great question that people have, or that I can help answer here today. The short answer is no, you do not have to add it at the time of your original purchase. But I will say two parts to this to answer this question. The new electronics much easier to be able to what we call plug and play. We have ports in the front, ports in the back, and so it's literally you plug it in. So it's much easier to add automation after the fact. And a lot of people like doing that because they like to see and learn their machines at first. And everyone has a different way that they want to quilt. Some people want to go right to automation, and that's okay too. We sell them both with or without automation at the beginning. Secondly, if you are purchasing and older the older electronics, then you do have to have a lot more uh, not engineering but soldering done in the head or maybe into the handles in the back, depending on if you have a pro or an equalizer. It can be done at a later time. It's just we can't necessarily just ship you out the quilt Imagine for you to install it. It's more or less something that you need to bring it in here unless you're good with soldering. So, or a dealer can do it too. Two different people can do it. The dealer can do it, or my guys in the back can do it as well. So back to the, short answer is yes, you can add it anytime after the purchase. But sometimes it kind of depends on which machine you're getting, on if you want to do it at the beginning or if you want to wait as well.
Okay, our next question is, what is included with a Nolting package?
This question is asked a lot too, especially if you're just getting into long arming. So when we put a package together, we put together the machine, the frame, a bobbin winder, leaders, oil, bobbins, needles, spool of thread. You get clamps for the side. If you get back handles, because not all the machines are, you can get back handles on all the machines, but some of them are optional. So if you do have back handles, then you get pantographs as well. Because if you think about quilting, you have 4 ways to quilt. You have free motion, you have rulers, you have pantographs, and then you have automation. So that's the baseline of our package. It also comes with the lifetime warranty on the body, 5 years mechanical, 1 year on electronics. And that includes all of our new machines that we sell. The other thing that you get, and the other thing you get with our package, and this is kind of similar to the package that we just talked about, the purchasing through us on a refurbished or recertified machine, is you really get that white glove service that we can give to you. So if you're wanting someone to deliver it to your house, we can drive it out to you, set it up, deliver it. You get a little bit of training at that point in time, and you can get that white glove service from us from an installation and delivery perspective. The other thing that we have with either the packages, new or the recertified, is that there's lots of different packages that you can also purchase. We have purchases for packages with hydraulics and casters. We have light bars. We have additional needles and bobbins. So we give you a really good savings if you get bigger packages, because sometimes people are going into a business. And so when they're into a business, they're going to want 30, 40, 50 bobbins so that they have it. Or maybe they're using it for a rental. Well, you definitely want different bobbins than for the rental for your rental people. So there's lots of packages that we can put together, but that baseline package is going to be your machine, your frame, leaders, bobbin winder, oil, needles, bobbins, clamps, pantographs if you have the handles, and then the warranty.
Perfect. Now I gotta know, you have me sold. How do I purchase?
Okay, so to purchase, you have several different ways to purchase. You can purchase directly through us at Nolting here, nolting.com. You can go to our website, put in submit a thing out there. You can give us a call at 319-378-0999, and we can help you there. You can contact our dealers. If there's a dealer that's close in your area, they're all a dealer or an ambassador. We have them all on our map. So if you go to, once again, our website and search for dealers near me, you'll see where they're at. contact them, make an appointment with them, schedule something so you can go do a demo. People also come directly into our storefront here. The biggest thing is scheduling something with me so I can talk to you as well, or scheduling with our dealer. And then we put together a package. Really, I'm here and my dealers and ambassadors are here to help understand what you're looking for, what your wants and needs are, if it's personal. So I take you through this consultation type session because I want to try to get you into a package that best fits for what you're looking for. So once again, it's either through Nolting here, through giving us a call, 319-378-0999, our website, nolting.com, our dealers or our ambassadors, or you can always see us at a trade show. We have our demos at trade shows. As I mentioned, we're in Kansas City in a couple weeks here. We're also watch us for dates will be coming out soon. It's going to be July 16th through the 19th that we will have our summer activities here at the store in Hiawatha. So we will have classes here and we'll have some free things, we'll have some paid things, and we'll have that summer event as well that you could always purchase at.
And I also have placed a consultation link. If you'd like to schedule a consultation with Melissa, please go ahead and use the link that I have placed on the screen.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you. The
demo.
this one, Katie. Okay, to kind of wrap this up, what we had talked about is that, I spoke about a lot of the special projects, and when you're thinking about a machine, and I know that Veronica brought this up too, is you're really looking for something that is durable, high quality, craftsmanship. And the Nolting was part of our heritage. We started the whole company industry 50 years ago. So it's pretty cool. If you have a Nolting or if you're thinking about going to one of our machines, you're getting a lot of technology, a lot of people's minds and engineering and brains for that system. And so anyway, so that is something, this is called the Nolting effect. And it's really about our heritage, it's craftsmanship, it's simple, the machines are simple, they're high tech, and they're made for the tough material as Veronica had mentioned, and on top of it, for USA built. We were USA built, and then we engineered or designed and engineered our stitch regulator a couple years ago. So that's on all of our new machines. And on top of it, we're actually producing our own boards. I just authorized some capital investments that we're going to be doing our own boards here. So we're truly USA built. And I think a lot of people have been really looking for those USA built components lately with different things going on in the market. And so it's great to support us and support the community here in Hiawatha with our factories. Just to point out a couple things on the slide too, both these particular quilts are made by Kayla now. She goes by Kayla's Quilt. You can find her on TikTok and on Facebook and on YouTube. She does a phenomenal job, just like a lot of our customers. Kayla, though, is helping us do some of our educational videos out there as well. So we'll be putting more and more videos out on our website and on YouTube. But I wanted to share a couple pieces of work. Kayla just got her diamond, I think it was in February, so just a couple months ago. And she she has a couple entries going into Houston. So we're rooting for Kayla. And she's loved the machine. She actually has the Quilt Magin with it too. So she has automation, Quilt Magin diamond setup, similar to what Veronica has. Veronica has the Quilt Magin and diamond setup as well. So with that being said, want to go on to our raffle. Our raffle, we're going to have two raffles today. And first raffle is going to be for some threads. And Katie, do you have a winner of our first raffle?
I do. Amy Westermeyer. Congratulations, Amy. If you go ahead and you send me information, shipping information to Please send your shipping information to info@nolting.com to claim your prize.
Congrats, Amy. Next raffle winner is $500 off a new machine or any machine here at Nolting. And drum roll, who is the winner, Katie?
Rhonda Spittler.
Congrats, Rhonda. If you want to send your information to info@Nolting as well, Katie can get that gift certificate or credit put on your account and see if we can help you get into a new system or a recertified system. So last up is one of the most exciting things of the day. We're starting these mega deals. So this is something that you're going to want to stay tuned and keep watching our Zooms and our live Zooms, because we'll be having specials. We'll be having these mega deals each time that we come out to the live Zooms. As I mentioned at the beginning, it was Seems Like Summer series edition. So we'll have more of these to come. So the mega deal today, we have 3. First deal is on the flare. So Katie, if you want to come up here, I'm going to do a little demonstration of the flare. Flare is an awesome small machine. We talked about a lot of the projects today with the blankets and the hats and the yoga mats and the beach bags. Having a machine like this that's a 20-inch is a great machine to start off with, especially if you're just starting off with quilting. So it's for those hobbyist type quilters. The package normally is $18,295. I typically, from a package perspective, we've been selling it for $15,995. Today, I'm actually going to give an extra $2,000 off, so it's going to be at $13,995. Awesome package. Once again, that package comes with your machine, your stretch steel frame that we're going to go over, your leaders, your bobbin winder, oil, needles, bobbins, and your clamps and your warranty. So you have the whole package ready to go. Just need to have something to quilt on it. So let's go up here, Katie. I'm going to show a little demonstration of the flare. As everyone could just see, the lights just came on. So we do have a power save mode on this machine. So what that means is as it sits for a little while, it actually shuts down everything so it can increase the lifetime of the electronics. And this is a 20-inch throat. From here, our throat size 20-inch from here to your needle. We have a nice size touchscreen here, 4.3-inch touchscreen. Regulate is our stitch mode. We have a regulate, a manual, a cruise, and a base. These stitch modes are on all of our new machines now. In prior electronics, we mainly had regulate and manual. The cruise is the new one we have. This is a great stitch mode between a regulate and manual, and really helps with making crisp points if you're doing a lot of stuff with your automation or anything that has some points with it. It's a combination and it works really well together. Here's how you change your stitch spacing and speed. You have 3 buttons. You can change everything with your 3rd button as well. As you're quilting, you can change your spacing, your speed, and any of your modes. So you do not need to stop as you're quilting. Here's needle resting up, down if you want to go and do some ruler work. Here's a measuring tool that's directly on your machine now. There's different settings that you can have, different options. You can reset it. This is also used as a diagnostic tool for your encoders. For all those that have been sometimes wondering, oh, I have a long stitch. Is it my encoder? Is it my stitch regulator? What's going on here? You can actually use this for a diagnostic tool now. Back to the front page, I have a needle down, needle up, single stitch, on and off. Lighting wise, lots of lighting. So if I take off all my lighting, it's pretty dim there. Not a lot of lighting there. I have my front lighting. That's all dimmable and it's LED. My throat lighting, that's all dimmable and gives you a lot more light back here as you're quilting. Built-in laser in the front. So that would be my laser porters right here. And I put my laser here. Some people might ask, like, why would I want a laser at the front of my machine? 2 reasons. If you're using automation, you can go directly into this. You can make that laser go directly into the needle And Joyce, our educator for Quilt Imagine, that's one of the things that she always teaches people. Make sure you use your laser so you can really get into your accuracy when you're laying out and putting your placement of your pattern into your Quilt Imagine. If you have rear handlebars, there's a laser in the back that you can use pantographs as well. Setting wise, you can change the brightness of your setting. You can change your theme. Wi-Fi is if there's more additional features and functions that we engineer, we would send you a tablet, use Wi-Fi, and you can upload it. All our features and functions, if we increase them, are free of charge. Control settings, just a reminder of what all your buttons mean. Project counters are built directly into here. It also keeps track of your oiling time, so it will tell you at the start of the screen on this screen if you need to oil it. Then it gets into diagnostics. If there's something going on, we can see your error codes here. And your maintenance. It'll tell you your oiling, and there's some other maintenance things that we can go directly into this screen over the phone. So we have a lot of built-in diagnostics that really helps, especially if you're calling in. This way you don't need to be sending in your machine to figure out what's going on with it. Now for a little demo, one last thing, handles. Handles can navigate this way. So, when you looked at the Fun Quilter, this machine that is one up from the Fun Quilter, the Fun Quilters are stationary. So this is our first smaller machine that has curved handles and can rotate this way as well. So I'm just going to go and pull my bobbin up. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. This is the regulate mode that I have that's going on right now. The stitching looks great. Now, if I were to go, so if you want to get down on that stitching, you can see there. Sorry, Mike was muted here, so I don't know when the last time you heard me say anything. I mentioned that we have a couple technology things going on. Either we're using the iPhone, we're using a couple of laptops, so Katie's going in between things. So bear with us as we answer questions here. I think someone answered about just the flare itself. So the flare itself, we had the whole package at $13,995. I'm going to do $11,995 for the flare itself. So depending on also if you already have a frame, what frame it goes on. The nice thing about Nolting as well is that as I mentioned, we customize stuff. So I had a lady last week that she had a competitor's frame, and which is okay. Sometimes you have to take step by step to get where you want to go to. But we have the ability to go and make the wheels on for the carriage that can fit on our machine that can go in her carriage and her frame. So if you do have some kind of frame out there that you're wondering about, we work with you. We have you send us pictures. I work with my guys, Gordon up in the factory, to see if we can reproduce the wheels and the axles that we can fit on our machine to fit on your frame if you already have something existing.
I'm not seeing any more questions.
Any other questions? Okay, so next special, Katie, if you want to put the mega deal up, Next special is on the Quilt Imagine Pro. This is an awesome deal if you're looking to add it to an existing machine frame that you have, or if you're looking at doing the flare with the Quilt Imagine or ordering the Quilt Imagine with another setup. We have, it's normally $10,995. Our Quilt Imagines now come with a tablet. You do not go and purchase a tablet on your own. So it comes with a tablet. So $10,995 was our deal. We're selling it for $79.95. So $3,000 off. I haven't had a price like this in a long, long time. So this is a great deal if you're looking at going to the Quilt Imagine. And I'm going to have you, Katie, if you hold this, just do a quick Quilt Imagine. Oh, I do want to show. You can stay there for a second. So I mentioned the plug and play. This is our new, it plugs in, the tablet plugs into the front of our machine. Prior to that, we would have wires up here. So it plugs into the front. We have internally wired. And then if you want to look back here, Katie, if you can see, the wires come out here, they plug in here, and they go into our box. So all this wire, and it's nice and clean now. Now, the one thing that you can also have is a thread break sensor. If you have an existing Quilt Imagine, you can purchase a thread break sensor for your system. Or with new machines and Quilt Imagines, they automatically come with it. What that means is as your machine is quilting along, it automatically stops you if your thread breaks. So this is great when you're trying to maybe do a couple different activities in your quilting studio. So this is the front page of the Quilt Imagine. You have either your blocks, you have pantographs, you can do a pattern CAD where you can create your own patterns. You can do a quilt CAD, or you can do record. Now, it's as easy as if I want to just do a block, I go in here and I pick a block. Let's say I'm going to pick this block right here. Now it's going to say, where do you want to place it on your quilt? I'm going to go and place it. You can make, you can do all kinds of editing here. For the sake of the demo, I'm going to go ahead and just say, I want to quilt it right now. And I'm going to sew it. It's going to move the machine. Is always going to ask, hey, is your needle up or not? Done. Easy as that. So if anyone is looking for the Quilt Imagine, great price on this. Like I said, one of the questions that Katie had asked me is, can you add it? Do you have to add it at the time of purchase? The answer is no, you can add it at any given time. Really depends on which electronics that you have and how much work it takes to add it. So we can do that. Last deal is if you were looking for a pro. The Pro machines were out for a long time. They're a great machine. They were prior to us with the Diamond Electronics and the Lyra Electronics. By the way, this was the Lyra that we just had the Quilt Imagine on. And And the Pro is a great machine, great setup, has still a great stitch regulator. You can add Quilt Imagine to that as well. And I'm doing a special. The special on that is typically what I would sell it for the machine and the package, the whole package for $17,995. I was doing some things, package price around $15,995. I'm gonna do the whole thing today for $11,995. I have a couple pros back there, so if you've been dreaming about really wanting a pro, this is the time to get them. 11,995, and you can take home a pro and a frame. So that's your frame, your machine, your bobbins, your needles, your bobbin winder, leaders. It's the package that we're doing a mega deal on too. Any questions, Katie, as I did a couple of those demos?
Sure, give me just a minute.
Okay. No questions?
Well, there are going to be questions.
What? What was that? Oh.
Okay, let's take a look, see if we got any questions. I don't have any, oh, I have a question from Wanda. Where can I find the best Quilt Imagine tutorials?
Depends on what you're wanting to see, Wanda. I can do one live on Zoom and get more in depth than what I just did. We also have on YouTube, I did a comparison video out there between Quilt Imagine and IQ. I did that a couple months ago, so you could go and do that video and watch that YouTube. You can schedule an appointment if you have someone close to you, an ambassador, a dealer, or I'm not sure where you live at, Wanda, that we could get you someplace to get your hands on it. Or lastly, at a trade show. Once again, it kind of depends on where you live at, but the first thing you could do is go out and watch the YouTube that I created a couple months ago. And I compared the Quilt Imagine to the IQ, so you could see the differences between the two automation systems that we have.
I do have another question,
Sure.
and it can pertain to the Quilt Imagine, but is involving our training classes. Are you our training classes one-on-one, or how often are they scheduled?
So, yes, it can be one-on-one. So I have training that you can do 4-hour trainings when you buy a package, one-on-one here in at the studio here, or you can go once again directly to your dealer or your ambassador. I also have a 2-day training that you can do one-on-one with an educator here. And then those are both one-on-ones that you can include, or you can call me anytime and purchase. Same way purchasing it through our dealers or ambassadors. And then the other one is that we will be having through July 16th through the 19th, we will have different trainings and educations in here as well. They will not be one-on-one. They will be in a group setting that we'll have. So watch our website, nolting.com. Sign up for our newsletter because we'll have emails coming out. Sign up for our TikTok if you're a TikTok person, and Facebook. All that will be on our social media and Instagram. We do Instagram too.
That's all the questions.
Any other questions?
That's all the questions we have.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for spending the morning with us. I really appreciate everyone calling in. I hope this provided you some inspiration for your summer projects, a little bit of education, offer you some great deals on some different products, whether it be a spoon foot or red snappers, or you're really looking to make that first purchase on the flare, or the pairing your Quilt Imagine with maybe something you already have, or a pro that you've been dreaming of. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us at info@nolting.com. You can give us a call at 319-378-0999. Visit our website, nolting.com, our TikTok page, Instagram, Facebook, or reach out to one of your local dealers or partners. A lot of our partners now also are on TikTok. I mentioned Veronica's on TikTok, Kayla's on TikToks. Diamond, Black Diamond Quilting is on TikTok. They're a new ambassador down in Arkansas. They just got a setup about a month ago, and they have a setup down there with a diamond and a quilt magnet as well. So we have several people that's starting to get on TikTok if you're wanting to watch videos. So thank you once again for being with us. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you next month on our next series.